Hello everyone, my name is Megan Hansen and I am joined today by two members of the Fort Worth Police Department. We have Sergeant Clayton Hayes.
Correct.
And Officer Christopher Bain.
Yes.
So today we have the great opportunity to talk to them about using laser scanning in pre-event planning and a particular case that they recently did to show how this works in practice. To start with though, could you just introduce yourselves and give us a little bit about your background and your current roles?
I'm Sergeant Clay Hayes, so I'm the Sergeant of the Crime Scene Search Unit, and I've been a police officer for over 30 years now with the same department, so I've gone through a number of different billets, from detective in crimes against children to sergeant in bait cars to commercial auto theft to auto theft.
I'm Chris Bain. I've been a police officer for 18 years and in crime scene for 14 years.
So how long have you been incorporating laser scanning into the work that you do?
We received our first scanner in 2016 after going through an extensive search through different manufacturers and such. We finally settled on Leica, and we went with the PS40. When we came here in 2017, last time we presented, because we'd done a TCU scan of the entire counseling for Texas Christian University, we encountered the RTC 360s, all right, which were game changers for our department, all right, just for the time hack from, for medium resolution. It's a minute and a half to get one scan location, which assisted us greatly when we, because mostly we scan homicides, major case, officer-involved shootings, things of that nature. But when you get the ability to go in and scan quickly from station to station, and then to put this together, especially with the Reg 360 that they've come forward with, I mean, it's been great.
It's also offered more buy-in with the detectives because of the speed of everything. They were hesitant when we had the P40. It was taking us several hours to get a scene scanned, but once it sped up, and the clarity of the imagery, it just improved so much.
For people who might not know what pre-event planning is, can you give us an overview of that and how you're integrating that into your department?
So before an incident happens, a catastrophic event, whether it's a school shooting or usually something like that, or a major event where we want to get people to safety quickly. If there's an active shooter involved, we want to try to coordinate and have officers go towards that person quickly to stop the threat. So having something available that allows them to get to the place that's needed quickly is crucial. Before, we've been using two-dimensional layouts, and it's just hard for people to digest and not always readily available. Having scans now as our vehicle for giving pre-event planning will allow officers that have never seen the inside of a church or a school before to go quickly to where they're needed and help as many people as possible.
What are other spaces or buildings that you're trying to add to this pre-event planning library?
The department's mission is to basically document and scan all of our schools. So if something occurs there, these scans will be pre-event planned. So if something occurs in the cafeteria of this location, we can get the kids out on another location. So to have these all documented, not to mention with high-profile venues such as the Texas Motor Speedway or the downtown train station, anything with that has a possibility of high venue contact with a large amount of people is what we're hoping to succeed with later on down the road.
So you recently scanned the First United Methodist Church?
That's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about this project, the technology that you used, and the deliverables, the outcomes?
We're still in progress with that project, but so far we've been using the RTC 360. This campus is 3 stories of classrooms, church classrooms, as well as a preschool that's full-time, and a sanctuary, and another chapel area, and offices.
Wow.
A lot of them are used most of the day, and then they have, 8 different church sessions.
Somewhere around 68,000 people through 8 services. You've got 3.5 acres of campus that we've scanned, all right? And you got to remember, we scanned it with myself, Chris Bain, and another of our partners, Kevin Capps, three of us, because we've got limited assets right now for a number of officers. So 2 RTC 360 scanners, 3 officers, and the rest is history. So we got a total of 900 scans right now, and it's growing. We actually expected to be done in a day and a half, but because it took us a day for another school, which was a 2-story, rather large school, and the entire campus and the track, but we were definitely dissuaded that it was not going to happen within 2 days.
When this is completed, how could this be used in the case of an event?
We're getting there. We've got deliverables, but the question remains now is our end user, how are they going to be able to use this data to actually prevent plan incidents that might occur within their church. It's a stepping stone. It's the path that it will lead our department. If this is successful with this, then the department will probably move forward with this type of pre-event planning as well.
And we've seen the possibility for interfacing software with hardware, and we're hoping that some of those control methods for diverting crowds and even diverting the suspect away from other possible victims and diverting medical personnel towards the victims and them to the medical personnel as much as possible to start to control the situation, create a safe environment, get help there sooner, save lives. That's the main goal. And all that we hope will be put upon a intuitive interface like the scan, a 3-dimensional view, digital representation of what's there so that it's more lifelike so anyone going through can visualize it. Maybe even controlling assets going in, having their GPS location with their devices and being command able to see where people are headed to, officers and other medical personnel, and divert them to the right location without them having to know the structure so that everything's controlled and streamlined to save the most lives.
I mean, because that's the ultimate plan, especially with command and control for police officers. If you're able to pull up a 3-dimensional view of a school that you're going to, say there's an active shooter in that school, and you're able, as a command and control, or let's say an officer, to be able to pull that up and to maybe click on live feeds, live links within the school, I mean, that is an ultimate goal.
Is there anything else that is sort of on your wish list for what can be done with this technology in the future?
Well, I think we did cover the ability to track people using GPS, the ability to, let's say, the ability to lock facilities down using this data to control and to corral maybe subjects in an area where, you know, we can not risk the safety of those, but also protect the safety of the perpetrator as well as the victim. So, I mean, those are ambitious goals, obviously, but I mean, I think they're attainable.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today. Your experiences will surely be valuable for everyone watching.
All right, we appreciate you having us out. Thank you.